Dear students, in the last class we have seen insertion from single linked list. Now we will see deletion from single linked list. So here we are going to see delete friend node, delete last node and delete any node. So first let us see about deletion of friend node. So we need to delete this node. To delete this node, after deleting this node, the start has to start from here. So we have to delete this node now. To delete this node, we have to check first if the list is existing or not. Now think that here the list is existing, but if the list does not exist, then we have to press if. We have to check. We have to take one temporary variable struct node star temp is equal to, I'm starting this temp from this start address, I'm giving it as a start address. So now temp will be also equal to 132. As start is equal to 132, 130 will be stored in the temp. If temp is equal to null, what it implies? If temp is equal to null means that is there is no list. If there is no list, then you printf list is empty. We cannot delete. We cannot delete. Okay. So temp is equal to null implies that there is no list. When will be the start null? When there is no list, start will be equal to null. Then temp will be equal to null. Then list is empty. We cannot delete. Else, suppose there is a list, then what we are going to do? So next, after deleting this node, if I say delete start, then what happens? This node will not have the it will be not named. It will not having the any name. So what we need to do? So we have to move the start. Start is equal to start next. Then what the start will contain now? What is the start next? 492. Now start will contain 492. And then we say temp next is equal to null. That is, I am storing over here null. It is no more linked. Then I say free temp. When I say free temp, this will be deleted from the memory. Now this first node has been deleted. This is the code for delete friend. Okay, void delete friend. Now let us see deletion of end node. That is, we need to delete the last node, this one, this node to be deleted from the memory. So to delete it, we have to delete it and make this address as null, because after deletion of this node, there will be no next node. So we have to make this as null. So to delete this node, we should name this node. It should have some name. If it has some name, then we can delete it, but it doesn't have any name. So now we have to name this node, and also we have to name this node because we have to make this as null. So I am taking two temporary variables, that is temp and prev. Now before the deletion, we have to check whether start is equal to null. What this implies? When will be the start null? When the list is empty. We have to check this first. If start is equal to null, then we write printf list is empty and we cannot delete it. Okay. Else, if the list is not empty, that is we have some list, then we have to name this node and this node. For that, we are starting temp is equal to start. That is, now what does the temp will contain? Temp will contain the start address. That is, it will contain 132. Next, now the temp should be placed over here. So while temp next not equal to null, prev is equal to temp. So prev is equal to temp and temp is equal to temp next. Now let us see what happens. Now I have to delete the last node. Now temp is equal to, I say start. So temp value is 132. Temp next. What is the temp next value? 492. 492 not equal to null, satisfied? Yes, satisfied. So prev is equal to temp. Means temp, what is the temp address? Temp address is 132. 132 gets stored into the prev. Now prev will be also containing 132. Now I said temp is equal to temp next. Now temp next address I am storing into temp. What is the temp next address? 492. 492 gets stored into temp. Now what is the temp containing? Temp is containing 492. Now again come temp next. What is the temp next value? 563. 563 is not equal to null, satisfied? Yes, satisfied. Prev is equal to temp. What is the temp address value? 492. Now 492 gets stored into prev. Now prev contain 492. Now temp is equal to temp next. What is the temp next value? 563. So 563 gets stored into temp value. Now temp contains 563. Now next, while temp next. What is temp next value? 642. 642 not equal to null, satisfied? Yes. So prev is equal to temp value. What is the temp value? 563. So prev will be containing 563. And temp is equal to temp next. What is the temp next value? 642. 642 will be stored into the temp. Now next, when I come over here, temp next, what is temp next value now? Null. Null not equal to null, satisfied? No, it is not satisfied. So I come out of the loop. Now this node is named and this node is named. Now what I have to do? I have to delete this node and prev next should be made as null. Okay. Suppose think that if I have only one node. So if start is equal to temp, when this will be satisfied? This will be satisfied when I have only one node. That is, this is the list we are having 4 nodes here. If I have one node, then if I delete this node, the list should become empty. So start is equal to temp, then start is equal to null. I am storing, that is, if I delete this node, then the list will be empty. Else, I am writing over here. Else, what we should do now? Prev, this should be deleted. So first I make it as prev next is equal to null. That is, this is made as null. Now I delete this. So say free temp. Now this gets deleted from the memory. So this is the code for delete n. Void, you say delete n. Finish. Now let us see deletion of any node. So in the deletion of any node, now I have to give input that I want to delete 3 or I want to delete 9 or delete 6 or 2, any number. If I give any number, then it will search it and delete it. Now to delete any node, suppose I want to delete 9. If I want to delete 9, I have to name this node and also its previous node, because after deleting this node, now it should contain the next node address as 642. Now I have to delete this node and link it. Link this node like this. That is, now this should contain not 563 but 642. And this should get deleted. So that's why we need to name this node and as well as this node. Now for this, again I have to create 2 temporary variables. Struct node star temp, comma, star prev. Similarly, here I am taking int ele, and also suppose if I have a list, it is okay. If I don't have a list, then I say if start is equal to null. That is, it implies that the list is empty. So we say list is empty. Now list is empty, else if list is not empty, then in this, as in the previous case, again I will start temp is equal to start. So now I have to enter which element I want to delete. Enter the element to be deleted. Okay, scanf %d ampersand ele. Now I want to delete some element. So I say I have given here the input as 9. Now I want to delete 9. So what we need to do, while, now I have to search the 9 while temp data not equal to ele and temp next not equal to null. So what I should do, prev is equal to temp and temp is equal to temp next. Okay, now let us see. Now I have given here the value as 9. Okay, temp is equal to start. Temp will store the address 132. So now temp will contain the start address, that is 132. Now while temp data, what is the temp data? 2. 2 not equal to what is the ele value? Ele value is 9, I have said. So 2 is not equal to ele satisfied? Yes, satisfied. And temp next, what is the temp next value? 492. 492 not equal to null satisfied? Yes, both are satisfied. So it will come into the loop. Now prev is equal to temp. So prev is equal to temp. Now prev value will be 132. Now I said temp is equal to temp next. What is the temp next value? 492. Now temp will contain the 492. That is, temp will be stored with 492. Now again come over here. Now temp is over here. What is the temp data? 3. 3 not equal to 9 satisfied? Yes, satisfied. And temp next, what is temp next value? 563. 563 not equal to null satisfied? Yes, satisfied. So both are satisfied. So again come into the loop. Prev is equal to temp. Now what is temp value? Temp value is 492. So prev value will be again 492. And temp is equal to temp next. Now what is the temp next value? 563. So now temp value will become 563. And again come temp data. Now what is the temp data? Temp data is 9. 9 not equal to 9 satisfied? No, not satisfied. So come out of the loop. Any of this false, it will come out of the loop. Now after coming out of the loop, now again I have to check. I'm writing over here. Again I have to check if temp data is equal to ele. Why I am checking this is, suppose if I have given, I want to delete some 7. The 7 is not there. So it will, temp next will become null. It will come to this and there will be no data found we have to write. So temp data is equal to ele. Then only we need to delete this node. Now temp data is 9 and ele is 9. 9 is equal to 9. So what we need to do, if temp data is equal to ele, again I am checking if temp is equal to start. That is, if I say I want to delete 2. If I want to delete 2, this will become temp. Next I will lose the start address also. So what we need to do, we have to move the start address if temp is equal to start. So I say start is equal to start next. This is the case when I want to delete 2. This case occurs when I want to delete 2. So when I want to delete 2, what I should do? If temp is equal, then temp will be equal to start. Then start is equal to, I am moving the start address. Then I will delete this temp. Okay. Else, if it is not the 2 we want to, now we want to delete is 9. Then what we need to do now? In this, I have to store the address 642. Where is 642? 642 over here. It is in the temp next we have 642. So in the prev next I have to store the temp next value. So prev next. Prev next means which one? This one. In this what I have to store? I have to store 642. That is equal to temp next. Now temp next value will be stored. Temp next value is 642. So instead of this, it will store 642. Now this has been linked. After this, now what we have to do? Just say free temp. Then this gets deleted from the list. So this is how we delete. So if it is else, that is temp data not equal to ELE. So this case will occur when I want to delete some 7 which is not in the list. So what happens? This will temp next is not equal to null will be satisfied after coming over here and it will come out of the loop. So temp data is equal to ELE means no, it is not satisfied. So it will come into the else. Then I have to say printf element not found that need to be deleted. Element not found that need to be deleted. Write down. Then close it. So this is the code for delete any node. So this is about the deletion.